Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Wizard101 video. We're continuing with the gear guide. Got a lot of comments in the last one, so I'm glad people enjoyed that video. Keep in mind that the video, like this series, it's only going to be 3 episodes, is very general. Like, it's for all schools. Any school could follow these steps as they level up and have gear that's going to be good for their levels. That's the point of it. I know there's going to be like little things here and there that you can farm for each school that might be better, but this is just the general gear guide. This one's going to be level 50 to 99 because I don't want to go into Darkmoor yet and all that. I'll save that for the last video. So we're going to do 50 to 99 starting here in Winter Tusk. I already talked about what you can get at level 50 in the last video, so we're going to skip over that, all the Malicer stuff that was in the last video. We're going to start in Winter Tusk because Winter Tusk, once you get to level 56, you can talk to this vendor in Sudriland, and this guy has a lot of good stuff to be able to craft. As you can see on my life character, what I would do is go in and craft certain pieces of gear for my other characters because you can trade this gear. So I crafted the fire hat for my fire when he was leveling up, and this gives crit, damage, all that. I mean, let's look at it. It's really good. So this is the best gear for level 56. I'm not counting pack gear or anything like that. Any gear that you can get from packs, you know, it might be better, but I'm just going with the non-crowns approach to this. So this is the best crafted gear that you can get for you know, around level 60. I mean, not level 60 yet because then you'll move into Waterworks, which we'll get into next. But I've crafted all this gear. I crafted all the gear on my fire. I crafted all the gear. Well, I crafted on my life for my fire. I did the same for my storm. I crafted the gear for my storm, and it's just a nice boost. Once you get this 56 crafted gear, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm actually a little better at the game now, because it's just so much better than any of the gear that you will have gotten before this. So do Winter Tusk, level 56. You'll be able to get this gear and be able to use it. In the current walkthrough, the life and death walkthrough, it's probably going to take us a little bit to actually get this gear because we're kind of lower leveled. So hopefully Winter Tusk gets us a lot of XP, and then we can finally get this 56 crafted gear. But it's worth it, trust me. Let me look at the recipes quick. The recipes aren't too bad. I mean, blood muscle, only 9 of it though, so I don't think it's that bad. Water lily can be difficult to get. Sunstone, so it might be difficult for people that are just starting out in the game to get some of these materials, but if you look at the bazaar, you know, if you look up different ways to farm for these, you can probably get it. So, because it's not a ton of material. Sunstone has been in the bazaar all the time now, so I don't think this should be too difficult, but this is definitely the best gear you can get, level 56. Let's move on to the next area. Okay, next up is going to be some more crafted gear in Winter Tusk. I almost forgot about it, but there's some great theme and rings from these guys. And the Emerald Bear Claw, you just gotta kind of look at them and see which ones you think are going to be best for you. I mean, all of them are pretty similar, but they're very good with power pip. They give some damage, block, healing. I mean, overall just really good. So look through these 3, pick one that you like, and then also the rings are also just insane. I mean, come on. These are like some of the best rings that you can get for right now. So level 56 crafted. Go check out this vendor in Vesterland as well, because there's some good stuff here. There's also some craftable amulets, and I guess wands too, but probably don't need the wand. Trust me, if you have this Sky Iron Hosta, you're not going to want to use any of these other things. So you can skip the wands unless you don't have that for some reason. But if you don't have it, I recommend going back to Mount Olympus and getting that, because you're going to be using the Sky Iron Hosta for a long time. So this is in Vesterland over here. You can get those, craft some of those if you have the materials and the ability to craft. I mean, this is just why crafting in this game is great, because you can continue to level, continue to craft, and just, you know, be well set for the rest of the game. So craft those things. That's all the 56 crafting. 56 crafting is such like a big upgrade, and you can't miss it. So there you go. Unless you want to wait until the next one, which we're going to head over to now. I forgot how the wolf looks like when he swims in the water. It's kind of weird. Oh my gosh, I can't get over that. Okay, the next one is right over here in Crab Alley with Waterworks. This is what I call, and a lot of people call, some of the staple dungeons in the game. I would say the first staple dungeon is Mount Olympus. Second one's going to be Waterworks. This is just where all the gear comes from. I mean, this little like hole in the ground here, it's, I don't know, for some reason they decided to put a lot of good gear into this one. So once you hit level 60, you gotta do Waterworks. You gotta start farming this for all the pieces of gear you can get. Hat, robe, and boots from this. So that's where maybe you would decide, like, okay, I don't need to craft all of the Winter Tusk crafted gear for 56 because I might... What the... I've never seen that animation before in my life. This just shows you, like, they had some cool animations for, like, the underwater animations for mounts. I never see it because I never go underwater. There's not a ton of underwater areas in this game. But that was interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of good gear here, and you kind of just gotta mix and match. Like, okay, if I can't get this drop from Waterworks, maybe I should go craft it and just move on. But a lot of people use Waterworks gear for a long time. So if there were 2 dungeons that you farmed for and then never crafted, you'd probably do Mount Olympus at 30, and you would wait, keep that gear until 60, Waterworks, get your gear, move on. That's how the main progression works with this. You're gonna go for Waterworks, get as much of this as possible, craft some of the other stuff. I mean, definitely craft the Athame and the ring, because you can't get any drops like that from Waterworks that are good. So definitely craft those 2, and then the other ones you're going to try to get from Waterworks at 60. So, I mean, Waterworks is great, though. You're going to be using this for a long time, so it's definitely worth looking into. Okay, here we are in Azteca already. I know, it's a big jump going from Waterworks all the way to Azteca already, but that's because there's not a ton of gear that you're going to need after you get the Waterworks gear. There is some crafted gear in Zafaria. I skipped that one just because... I don't know, you can go for the Zafaria crafted gear if you want to. I mean, there's just crafting in a lot of the worlds, if not almost all the worlds. And you can just check that as you level up and see if it's better, craft if you want to, or just move on. Because Waterworks here is going to basically carry you for a lot of this game, once you get that. So, you can do Zafaria crafting at 66. 76 would be Avalon. I'm sure Avalon has some type of crafting too, so you can look into those 2. Zafaria crafting, Avalon crafting. See if they have anything for you. If not, you can just keep what you have, move on. If they do, hey, get it. It'll be an upgrade for you. Definitely see if it's worth it though. If the if the stats are better than Waterworks. Azteca also has crafting. This is one of the vendors here, and you can check this, compare it with your Waterworks gear, see if it's better, and if it is, go for it. If not, you'll be fine. You'll be fine going to level 90 with the level 60 gear. Because then level 90 will be able to finally upgrade. But basically from level 60 until 90, just in the middle there, you can look for different crafting vendors in all the worlds and see if it's better. That's the only real advice I can give for that one, because crafted gear is good, but you need to make sure you get the right ones and compare that. So look up where all the crafting vendors are for each of the worlds, because there's a lot of them. I know Azteca has quite a few. This guy only has the shoes and hats, so they're kind of spread out. So look that up if you have no idea where they are. Okay, quick thing that I forgot to mention for level 60, because I was so wrapped up in Waterworks, and my mount was like trying to eat his tail or something underwater. It was weird. I forgot that also at level 60 there is another dungeon, Zigzag, and that one has some other good gear. I don't know if the gear is all better than Waterworks or if there's some pieces of gear, but that one probably depends on the school. Zigzag is also a dungeon that you can get level 60 gear from, so you can farm both of those, see which pieces you can get. Or just stick with Waterworks, you'll be fine. So if you want some extra XP and some gear, Zigzag is a good dungeon for level 60 as well. So I just wanted to quickly mention that, because I forgot about it. I had it written down on my note card for this video, but I forgot to mention it. So that is also a good one for level 60. But level 90, you're going to have the Tartarus dungeon. You have to do Atlantia in order to get to this dungeon to be able to do it. So once you complete Mount Olympus, eventually you'll be able to do Atlantia, and then I would only do this dungeon just to get it done, just to get it done and over with, because you have to complete that in order to go into Tartarus. So no real gear from Atlantia that you can get, but Tartarus does have a lot of good gear. This is the upgrade gear for level 90. You can upgrade your Waterworks gear to this gear, and some people might argue that it's not worth going for Tartarus gear because it's going to be replaced in 10 levels. And I agree with that. That's fine, but it'll give you some XP going through Tartarus. It will potentially give you some gear upgrades that'll help you until you get to level 100. So it's there. I recommend doing it. It might be a little more difficult because this is a difficult dungeon, but you got to get a group together and try out Tartarus, see if you can get any gear from that. The Hades gear is the best. You can get the Hades wand, which is also a crit wand that could help you out there. And yeah, just a lot of good loot from this place. Also, thing to mention is you can now get the Alpha and Omega ring and the Blade of the Felled Titan from Aquila. So Blade of the Felled Titan is going to be from Cronus in here. Alpha and Omega Ring from Gladiator, and that is in Mount Olympus. So those are the secret bosses that you can get the gear from. You're just going to have to farm them. Hope you get it. But it's a really good Thaman ring that I've used before. I don't use it anymore because it gets replaced later on, but it's a good one just to use as you level up. So that used to be the best. I remember when Alpha and Omega Ring, I still use it sometimes, but I remember when that was the best ring in the game. Use that all the time. So you can get those at level 90. So that's another thing to farm for. And I think that's worth it. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's worth it, but it does get replaced later on. So I don't know. To me, it's worth. I mean, I already have it, so I never have to farm for it again because I already have a couple of them, and you just trade it to whoever needs it. But that's worth going for. So Tartarus, if you want to, it's there. Alpha and Omega Ring, Blade of the Felled Titan, all good pieces of gear, and you get all that from Aqua. So that is it for level 90. I got one more place to go before we end this video, and then next time we'll look into the big Darkmoor upgrade. The last place for gear that I want to mention for this video is going to be Sardonyx Chrysalis crafting, and this place has some good upgrades that you can get at level 95 and 96, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if these themes are really that good, but just look through all the gear in here from a bunch of these vendors and just see what kind of gear could be an upgrade for you. There's also the Shadow Forged weapons. You know, Root of Spring is a really popular one because that's a make cast rebirth, so that's really cool. And I mean, there's some other like weapon. I don't think these weapons are really that good. Root of Spring is definitely good, but I'm not sure about the other ones. There's also some other just regular gear, clothing, and wands. Let's see what this guy has. I've definitely crafted some stuff from these people before. Let me just look. Yeah, I've crafted these for Storm. I use these for a time on my Storm just because it gives a lot of damage, block, resist. This place also has one of the best Storm critical hats that I've used. I don't use it anymore, but I used to when I wanted just insane critical. 194 crit for Storm. Use that for a long time. So definitely check out this vendor. See if there's anything you like here. A lot of it is like good crit and damage. I mean, even these ones. Like this is the hat for life. Pretty good crit, damage there. So definitely check out this gear. You can replace some of your other ones that you have. And this one, what level are these? These are level 96. So this is 96 crafted. Check out all the vendors around here. See if you can craft anything like that. And that'll definitely be an upgrade for you, especially with crit, because you're finally getting a lot of crit at this point. That is going to do it for this gear guide level 50 to 99. That'll take you through Chrysalis. And I know everyone knows what the next upgrade is going to be with Darkmoor. So we'll talk about all of that in the next video, which will be the final one of this series, where we go from level 100 to 125, from Darkmoor to the new world of Imperia. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If this was helpful in any way, leave a like on it, share it with other people who might need some some advice on what gear to get for different levels. So I just wanted to make these videos as a helpful guide for people, because I don't usually make guides, so that's why I wanted to try it out. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.